You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation. Well, let's rewind a little bit. I've been lucky enough now to have been sent a couple of e-bikes. These are all kind of like entry level. Some of them are quite expensive, but like they're all kind of like around that kind of like entry level range. They're not the fanciest tech, but they're not the worst either. The big thing that I have found with these kind of entry level e-bikes is they all have mental geometries and weird size wheels, and everything's just like not normal. Everything's just trying to be something and stand out, I guess. And it's usually down to the wheels themselves. Too small. This is too big. That was dangerous. This, on the other hand, it's just right. So this is the Eleglide M2. They're kind of normal looking mountain bikes with an e-bike motor and then a fairly decent sized battery. Eleglide's actually been nice enough to send me one of these before. They sent me their kind of slightly smaller version, which to be honest wasn't the most comfortable for me. I do like, as a lot of you know, larger bikes. So when they offered me to send me this one, I was a little bit excited because I wanted to get something that I could do a bit more kind of, well, as we've seen already, damage on. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking, or possibly even typing down the bottom. Whatever happened to saving old bikes? Well, yeah, that is what we do generally around here, and it's what we're going to spend most of this channel's life doing. But I do like having fun on bikes, so I think that's what we should do with this one. It was quite a windy day, so the audio is going to be kind of awful, so work with me here. But I had a couple of interesting things to say about the bike before I stacked it and hit my face in the ground.
Right, well, I didn't think that through because it hasn't got mud guards and there's lots of puddles and it's very wet. Is that it's quite an aggressive kind of ride, as in the kind of geometry of the bike, and I mean that in a very good way. A lot of kind of e-bikes, especially the kind of entry-level budget ones, you're always so sat back and relaxed. But if you're actually after something that's going to go mountain biking with you, this is the one. Tell from the audio. It is. Probably tell from the audio. It is. What I was going to say, it is a windy day, but it's also very wet and slippery. Not gonna lie, I hit my head pretty hard then, and I'm currently still in the puddle. That's disgusting. Right, but I am a professional, so we will go on.
He didn't carry on. He rode the bike home and drowned his sorrows. Because that was probably one of the worst crashes I've had in ages. It looks like nothing, but that ground was so hard and you can't quite make it out, but like I kind of landed on my head and then whipped my neck in the process. I had whiplash for like almost a week, and first 24 hours I had my first concussion. Oh well, first for a very long time. I had a little one once, but yeah, it was run. Felt awful. But it wasn't the bike's fault. Essentially, it was a completely flat piece of field, and then right where it kind of happened, essentially the front wheel dug into like a track, and I lost control. I just wasn't paying attention. I was having far too much fun seeing how fast I can ride this bike, which is limited to 25 kilometers an hour. So, which is pretty fast when you're going across fields like that. So. But for anybody who just was here for the crash, that's it now. That was the crash. It sucked. But anybody who still wants to learn a bit more about the bike, let's have a look at it. So to kind of go back to my point that I started the video off with, a lot of e-bikes, they kind of, especially at this price range, they look insane. The two bikes that I actually used at the beginning of the video, they are my favourite e-bikes I've been sent up until now. So I was just using those as an example, just FYI. But primarily this is like a mountain bike channel. I like mountain bikes. I use a lot of them for commuting, but mountain biking is my thing. So a mountain bike or an e-bike that looks like a mountain bike is pretty appealing to me, and this one in particular I think looks pretty cool. But looks aren't everything. You can have a bike that looks great, but if it doesn't ride very nice, then what's the point? This one in particular, again, feels like a normal bike. I like the way it feels, I like the way it rides. The motor on it and the battery on it lasts for ages. It's nice and quick, picks up speed when you need it, and all round just like tip top. I'm going to link the previous video I did for Eleglide below, just because I go into a bit of detail in that video about why I still keep talking about e-bikes. I think e-bikes open the world to people, or the cycling world up to people that maybe can't grasp bikes, whether it be a fitness thing, a health thing, a disability, or whatever it might be. And I think they're amazing for that reason. There's a lot of pockets in the cycling industry which is very elitist and kind of like you have to be this person to get into this club, and I think that is messed up and ridiculous and stupid, and I don't like those kind of people. So that's why I keep picking up these bikes, why I still feel like there is a market, there is a corner where people need these things, and I've spoke to some of you guys about it after previous videos, and you do. There are people out there, whether it be a disability or whatever it might be. So I like it, and I rate this one. The questions I've had in the past about these kind of bikes though are kind of like the components. This one is pretty good. The only thing I'd say is the fact that the derailleur itself is not an amazing one. It's more of a hybrid type of derailleur. So you're going to drop a train. Drop a train. Oh my god, drop a chain. And the grips aren't lock-ons, so if it got more wet than it did today or in that video, I might have started getting a little bit of issue there. The brakes on the other hand are hydraulic, and they're very good hydraulic brakes. My wife's been using this quite a bit for commuting and she's really enjoyed it, but she also said the brakes are the best brakes she's ever used. So the only other thing I'd probably change on here pretty quickly is the tyres. The tyres are a little bit more all-rounder, just because the type of people that this is marketed to are unlikely to be going deep mud, mountain biking or crazy stuff like I was doing. But if that is something you want to be doing, you're probably going to want to change the tyres. But apart from that, out of the box, it's a sick bike. If you got to this part of the video and you're still interested in this bike, you can actually get $50 or €50 off of it with this code here. There's a link in the description for it as well. But even if you just want to check it out, check out the brand. They're really nice people. They've been really kind to me, and they would like to be kind to you too. So if you are interested in this type of thing, go and check it out. And that brings us to the end of another video. I honestly want to hear what you think about e-bikes. I say I've made a few videos about them now. I get very mixed reviews when I post these types of videos, so I do want to hear more from you. So pop them in a comment down below, let me know what you're thinking. Also, there's a few new stickers coming soon, and the ones that are on the website are about to sell out. There's only a few on there, and there's very limited quantities, but as soon as they're gone, and I've got a whole load of new stickers coming. I've just finished designing some today. They should be printed, hopefully be here in the next couple of weeks again also, and then we'll have some new ones. But check out saveoldbikes.com, there's lots of stuff on there, and thank you as always. If you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more things and me talk about bikes, ride bikes, build bikes, bikes and bikes, bikes and bikes, subscribe to the channel. You won't regret it. It's free. Do it. Go on, do it now. And then once you've done that, go and watch that one. That one's a particularly good one.